Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I am coming on today to share my TBR for the Medieval-A-Thon. This is hosted by Holly Hart Books, and this takes place through the entire month of July. So it starts July 1st and goes till the 31st. This is kind of a different kind of a readathon. It's kind of fun, and I thought I would join in. I will link her announcement video down below so you can see she's got some really cool graphics and stuff. So if you want to see more with pictures, and maybe it'll help explain it a little better. But basically, this is kind of a readathon where you, depending on how many books you read, is what you are as far as a nobility. You have, like, it's up to 6 books. So if you read 1 book, you're a peasant. 2 books, you're a squire. 3 books, you're a knight. 4 books, you're a count or a countess. 5 books, you're a prince or a princess. And 6 books, you're a king or a queen. So I'm going to try for 6 books. So I have, actually I have 7 books that I have chosen to fulfill the prompts. There are prompts for armor, and then there's also prompts for weapons. I've chosen to eat 1 book for each of the armor prompts, and then I've only chosen 1 of the weapons. So I will go ahead and share with you, and if you, like I said, if you go to her video, her announcement video, it's all a lot clearer. So okay, armor. So for a crown, to get a crown, if you want a crown, and this is kind of cool because you can pick exactly what you want, how you want to dress, what weapons you want, and things like that. It's all up to you and how many books you want to read. And since it's a month long, it's kind of fun. So for the crown, it's a book where a character fights for the throne, and I love these books. And I can't remember whose channel I was watching, but they had mentioned this book, and it's Rise by Ellen Goodlett. And this is one about sisters. Yeah, sisters, 3 sisters. And somebody's blackmailing them, and yeah. Yeah, so, and that's pretty much all I know about this one. But I thought it sounded interesting, and my library just got it. It's brand new. I'm thinking I might be the first one, if not the first, and the first few, because like I said, it is brand new. I didn't actually look at the, yeah, it's just boring blue. So anyway, yeah, so that's Rise. And this says, bloodlines have been drawn. Ooh, that sounds cool. So, yeah. So that's the first one. So that will get me my crown, and isn't it fitting that it has a crown, which I just noticed. So that's my crown. For the next one, for the helmet, you need to read a book with a dragon on the cover. I'm going to continue with this series, and this is the 3rd, I believe. No, it's one of those that doesn't tell you, but I think it's the 3rd book. And this is Calling on Dragons by Patricia C. Red. This is the one, and see, there's a dragon on the cover. But this is the one where, at the first one, she is not the typical princess, and she chooses to run away and kind of says, hey, dragon, I want to be your princess, instead of the dragon having to take her. And it's really cool because it kind of bends all the stereotypes in this world, and she's amazing, the princess is, and it's just a good book, and it's really cute, and it's really short, which I need, because as you'll see, as this TBR goes on, the books just get bigger and bigger and bigger. So okay, the next one is the breastplate, and you just need to read a shiny book. Now this, I'm actually reading 3 books on this TBR I actually own, which is different, because usually I read a lot of library books. But for this one, I found some on my shelves that fit. And this one, a shiny book. As you can see, this is very shiny, and it's Beasts Made of Night by Tochi Anabuchi. And this is where the, let me remind myself, it's where they're killing sin beasts and they take the sins into themselves. And it sounded really good. As you can see, I got this at Ollie's. And I just wanted to read this. Ooh, it's a pretty purple book too. So I'm excited to finally get to this one. I know there is a second one out, and I think there's only the second one out right now, I think. And again, it's a little on the shorter side, so perfect. And then the next one is to read a thick paperback, and that's for your leggings. And I chose another one that's mine, and I got just recently purchased from Ollie's, and it's called The Ring and the Crown by Melissa Dela Cruz. And didn't realize until I was looking it up for some reason and found out that this is actually part of a series, or it's the beginning of the first book in a series. So once again, I'm an idiot and pick out, and I thought it was a standalone, but this is another one that's magic is power and power is magic. So little girls, princess, and a mage. You know, it's you know, that kind of, and I don't have to read anything else because I love, for some reason, I've really loved the royal vibe. I mean, I love Three Dark Crowns. Can't wait for that one. I've loved Red Queen. You know, I'm just loving all of those. Really enjoyed the selection. I just really do. So, and it's a nice thick paperback. It's let's see, 450, a little over 450 pages. So, and she said if it looks big, you know, if you, whatever you consider thick, and I consider this pretty thick. So, I mean, it's not exact. I mean, I could have got thicker, but like I said, you'll see why I wanted to choose a medium thick instead of a, you know, gigantic thick. For your boots, a book that has yellowed over time. Once again, this is mine, and if you look, you can see that it's yellow because this is a brand new book. And so and I got this one used, and I have never read this, and it's the Golden Compass by Philip Pullman. I know several, isn't that cute? I know several people, it's a couple people I watch, it's their favorite book, but I have never read these, and I actually have the big bind up of the three books together also. So if I really enjoy this one, then I can go right into the other two. But I thought that would be perfect because I looked on my shelves and to see which ones yellowed, and some of them I wasn't in the mood for, and this one I was like, oh yeah, I have that book. So I thought it was perfect time to read it. Okay, for my cape, which is the last part of the armor, a book with red on the dust jacket or the cover, but she was trying to be cute with the jacket and the cape. See what she did there? You're going to say, oh my goodness, but yes. King's Bane from Claire Legrand. This is the second book in the Imperium trilogy, which started with Furyborn. I did read Furyborn and really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. But I'm hoping, and I know some people that said that they've read this one. It kind of goes right into it, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to find like a little synopsis, a spoiler synopsis to kind of remind myself. But yeah, this is a huge book. It is, let's see, it is almost 600 pages, 587. So it's a good size. Ooh, can you see that? It's white. It's a white book with red, shiny red. Ooh, that's so pretty. But anyway, and this is another one my library just got, so I was lucky to get it. I was surprised it wasn't already checked out. So I'm really happy to read this and glad that it fit a challenge. Okay. So the last one is the weapons. There are 4 choices of weapons. You can do a sword, pair of daggers, a bow and arrow, and an axe. And I wanted to read a certain book, so okay. This is going to fit more for the first one than the second, but I'm sure that the second one probably has a few of them in it. So I'm going to kind of bend it just a smidge. But this is the second book in The Shadow of the Fox. From, you know, this is Soul of the Sword, and second book in Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. I loved Shadow of the Fox, and for some reason, unlike Furyborn, this one has stayed with me. And so I know where we are in this one, and I know what's going on, and so I'm excited. And I was thinking I might start with this one, but I don't know. Now that I'm doing this, I might start with this one. I don't know. But anyway, oh, and the King's Bane has to do with, oh wow, I haven't been telling you. I'm not sure what this one, other than there's supposed to be familiars, and there's a kind of a war, I think, going on or something. And I don't want to know anything about this one going in. This one is about two queens that are, is it 100 years apart? 1,000 years apart? I can't remember, but it's two queens. One's supposed to, I think, rule the world. The other one's supposed to destroy it, and we don't know who's who, and it kind of goes back and forth in time telling their stories. And we got a little bit of how we think it's going to be connected in the first one, and so I'm kind of excited about this one. And there is magic and things going on, and an angel who is not quite what you think an angel is supposed to be. At least that's what I got from the first one and what I remember. So, but anyway, but Soul of the Sword, the first one, Shadow of the Fox, it's about a girl who is a kitsune, or half kitsune, which is the, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And I haven't actually, I did a video where, because I have a book that has a kitsune in it, and a coloring book, and I started coloring it, and actually I haven't finished that picture, so maybe this will kind of push me into finishing that one. But anyway, she is part fox, and so she can turn herself into a fox, a nine-tailed fox. And so it's got magic, and anyway, but there's this scroll, this dragon scroll, and it's divided into pieces. And I can't remember how many pieces there are. Is it 3? I think there's 3 pieces. But anyway, she lives with these monks, and they have one of the pieces of scroll, and some things happen, and she has to take a piece of the scroll to this other monk, and on her way, she runs into an assassin. Haha, see, that's how it comes in. Book with assassins for the pair of daggers. Oh yeah, did I even tell you that? I'm choosing Pair of Daggers, which is a book with assassins. So in the first one, our guy that she runs into is an assassin, and he's on the quest to also find this piece of the scroll, but he doesn't realize that she has it, and she hasn't told him, and it's their adventure. Okay, so some stuff happens, and for those of you that have read this book, you'll know. And so I'm not sure how much Assassins is going to play into this, but because of the background of the first one, I'm letting it slide. So I'm hoping that Holly doesn't mind, because I really want to read this book, and it wouldn't fit into my TBR anywhere else of any of the other readathons I'm doing, so this book is going here. So, but anyway, that was kind of a very long story, but I'm excited that this one's coming out. So, but yeah, as you can see, I got, like, it's like started out pretty good with the thin, and then it just like kind of got a little big. But yeah, so these are the 7 books that I'm going to read, and hopefully I finish all of them so that I can be a queen dressed in my armor and carrying a pair of daggers. So yeah, let me know down below if you're participating in Medieval-A-Thon. And if you've read any of these books or want to read any of these books. And yeah, so that's all for this video. And please remember to always be kind to one another. And I'll see you again soon. Bye!